client who was spending $123,000 in 1 year went quiet. The management decided to try someone cheaper. It didn't work out. And when they came back, this client signed a 5-year deal worth about $85,000 a year at a base level for 5 years. Here's the pattern that matters. This client of mine didn't win her back with a pitch. He didn't follow up 14 times. He didn't offer a discount or send a case study deck. She came back because she never fully forgot about him. And the reason she never forgot about him was content. Not a viral video, not a massive following, just consistent, specific, on-brand content every single week while she was gone. That's what compound content actually does. And most video business owners have no idea it's working until the moment it proves itself. Here's what happened. My client runs a high-end production company. This particular client had been using him for years. She knew his team. She trusted the output. Every brief came back clean, on brand, on message. Then, internally, there was a push to try someone cheaper. Let's bring it in-house. It wasn't personal. Budgets tightened. Someone had new influence. The cheaper option looked fine on a spreadsheet. My client didn't get a call that year. He just stopped hearing from her. That's a moment that breaks a lot of video business owners. You assume it's over. You write it off. Maybe you feel a bit stung by it and you move on. But here's what was actually happening during that silence. She was still seeing his content. Not every week, not deliberately, but consistently enough. His face showing up in her feed. His team on set at events she recognized. His thinking, his voice, his way of looking at the work. All of it still present while she was dealing with a new supplier who didn't know the brand, who needed more briefing, who came back with something that just wasn't quite right. When the cheaper option consistently under-delivered, she didn't have to think hard about who to call. She already knew, because he was already there. That's not a lucky outcome. That's exactly how authority content is supposed to work. The goal was never to go viral. It was never to get 10,000 followers. It was to stay present in the mind of the right 50 people, so that when her situation changed, they already had an answer. The 90-day rule says that your pipeline is always a reflection of your last 90 days of marketing activity. What most people miss is the second half of that. If you go dark for 6 months, you're basically invisible in 6 months. But if you keep showing up every week, you are present at the exact moment someone needs you. Even when they temporarily stop buying from you, even when they are mid-experiment with someone else, the content is doing the work you can't see, right up until the moment it pays off. Now, I want to be honest about something because I hear this objection a lot. I don't have time to make content every week. I'm too busy delivering work to be making videos. My clients don't care about my YouTube channel, and probably you're a bit scared, a bit shy, a bit reluctant to put yourself out there. Your clients are probably not subscribing to your channel. They're not waiting eagerly for your next upload. But here's the thing, you're never going to reach all of your clients. You're trying to stay present with the ones who already know you, so that when the environment shifts, when the internal budget holder changes, when the cheaper option doesn't deliver, you are the obvious call. A video production company owner does not need to go viral. They need 5 to 10 new perfect fit clients every year. And the job of content is to make sure you are a factor in those clients' thinking when they're ready. Not when you're ready, when they are. That's a completely different game from chasing reach. There's also something important in the type of content that kept my client present. It wasn't polished brand films. It wasn't case studies and client testimonials, although those matter. It was behind the scenes. It was him on set. It was him thinking out loud week after week. His personality, his standards, his way of showing up. The content that said, this is who we are. This is how we work. This is what it feels like to be a client of ours. A cheaper supplier can copy your equipment list. They can copy your pricing structure, but they can't copy your reputation. They can't copy the accumulated weight of years of content that has already built trust before anyone picks up the phone. That's the moat. And most video business owners are not building it because they can't see it working until the day it works. So let me close with what actually happened when she came back. She went to the managing director directly. She said, "We tried someone else, it wasn't good enough, we're gonna go back to where we were before with this client of mine." The first team member who saw him on set said, "So good to have you back." Not welcome back, good to have you back. That's the language of someone who missed the relationship, not just the output. And the 5-year commitment that followed is not a loyalty reward. It's the result of a relationship that stayed warm while it was temporarily paused, because the content kept it warm. Every week, without my client even knowing it was doing that job. If you're running a video production company and you have a client that you've not heard from in a while, the question isn't whether they've forgotten you, the question is whether you have given them a reason to remember. Content isn't about vanity metrics. It's not about being a content creator. It's about being a factor in someone's mind when they are ready. You either are or you are not. And the only way you become that factor is by showing up consistently over time in a way that reflects who you actually are before they need you. So that when they do, there's no decision to make. Now, I wrote all of this down in the S.C.A.L.E method. There's a full chapter on authority content and how video business owners can build the kind of presence that keeps clients thinking about you between jobs. Not as theory, but as a system you can run with 1 video a week and a very small team. The link is below. If you have a client you've been meaning to get back in front of, don't send them a pitch. Start making content that reminds them of who you are. The compounding starts the day you start. And this is the kind of thing that makes you more relevant in a world of AI. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the 90-day cycle, click this video here.